Hi, everyone. Welcome to Live for Bites podcast, where we talk about business, entrepreneurship, retail in general, and self development. Today's topic of discussion is a life and death situation. It's really important, so stay tuned.
Bikes is the way I roll. Bikes is the way I roll.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Live for Bites podcast. In today's topic, we're going to talk about one of the most important things that I think most business people and people starting a business should really think about, and that is having a well balanced life. In business, stress is a major factor of running a business, growing your business, and just staying in business. Stress is detrimental to one's health, and it's very important to be able to know how to manage it, to be able to know when to stress out and how to react or how to just control it and how to just release that stress. So as I was starting this Live for Bikes business, the first 3 years of it, all I did was this business. And what I realized that it's kind of what you have to do in the beginning is you really have to focus all your energy, your efforts into making any kind of business succeed, grow, and to be stable. But what I had learned was because that's all I did, there was something missing in my life. I don't know if you guys know, but I went to school for music, and music is my life's passion. It's why I wake up in the morning. I love bicycles. I love what I do. I love helping people, and I love being a part of this small business and helping you grow your business and being part of this community and helping just anybody in any way I can with their bicycle and any kind of needs. But my true passion again is music. And during those first 3 years that I was starting the business, I wasn't really playing any music. So all of the business was just starting and it was growing and I was making money. I was able to move out of my parents' house. I bought a nice BMW and I had plenty of cash. I still felt there's void inside of me because I wasn't playing any music. And as a creative person, being able to have an outlet for that to me was very important. And it was a small sacrifice that I did. Again, it was about 3 years that I really didn't do much with it. And then once the business was kind of growing and a little bit more stable, I realized that there was something missing in my life, and I got back to it. So that kind of ties into, again, today's topic about releasing stress, having a balanced life, and staying healthy. And that's what makes this a life and death situation. Because there's many studies and there's many people that have talked about the struggles that comes with running a business. And business can be very stressful. It can be. And at any point of the career, the life of the business, things could happen where you are just stressed out. Business could be slow. Tax season comes around. All kinds of different, bills need to be paid. Employees leave. Just so many different things that can happen throughout the daily routine of running a business that gets stressful and out. So for me, I've learned that having that outlet, just being able to play my saxophones, produce music, write songs, and work with local artists really helps me to de-stress and to just manage that stress that comes from running the business. And I think it's important to do that because if you are just if you're just focusing on your business 100%, and there's many different business people that talk about how they work anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week to try to grow their business. And at times, it's needed. The founder of LinkedIn has an interview online that talks about how he's really a workaholic and how he spends a lot of time trying to grow that business and how much time he spent to get it to be where it is today. But there's a fine line of trading, your youth, your health, and your time, for money. Because there's also a parable that talks about how in America we trade our youth and our time to become wealthy, only to try to gain that health and greed and retain some of that time once you have earned that money. So if you have a balanced life, I think you're better off and you're going to be more successful and a little bit happier running the business when you have your hobbies, your life, your relationships with other people, your spouse, a life outside of the business. And I think that's very important because I think at the end of the day, even if you're a millionaire or billionaire and you have nobody to spend that money with, you don't have a family that loves you, and you don't have anybody to join you in your success, I don't think it's worth it at the end of the day. And there's many business people that could attest to, again, losing family members, spouses, and other people in their families because they devoted all their time to the business. And at the end of the day, there's again many studies and many literature that talks about what people think about on their deathbed. And there's very little people that think about, I should have worked more, I should spend more time at the office, I should have made more money. In reality, what most people think about is the regrets that they have, as they're in their deathbed, is they wish they would have spent more time with their family members. They wish they would have spent more time with their loved ones and doing the things that they really love to do, because that's what makes a successful life. Quick sidebar here. So before I started the business, I used to ride my bike about 100 to maybe 150 miles a week. And as I started this business, I stopped riding as frequently and just became, more focused on the business. So as an entrepreneur and a business owner, not prioritizing your health, your exercise, and diet is really easy to do. So checking with your doctor, having regular physical checkups, and prioritizing those exercise, those eating habits, and healthy living will help your business stay afloat and running for longer periods of time. Because imagine if you had a debilitating disease such as a heart attack, where you couldn't come to work anymore, then your whole business will fall apart. So again, if you're the running force in your business, keeping yourself healthy is highly important to keep your business running for a long, long time. So as you thinking about starting a business, growing your own business, and just managing and running your business, it's really important to think about the other stuff outside of the business that you really aspire to do, that you really love, and to spend time with those things. Like, again, for me, it's music. For some people, it could be family. It could be a bunch of other things. So it's really important to really focus on those kind of things to be able to have this balance. There's as I was talking to a friend of mine recently that was talking to me about like having children, which I have no children. We were talking about how I really enjoy my life right now because I have the ability and freedom to do a bunch of things that I love because of the success in the business, because of my choices that I made in my life, not to have kids, and to be able to do the really things that I love. And that's one of the things I think as you're planning and growing your business to think about, to really, really focus on what's really important to you. And my choices may be different than yours. You may want to have a family. You may want to have a wife. And those things are definitely valuable to many people. And if that's what you choose to do, then definitely focus on those. If you want to have long-lasting relationship with your spouses, definitely spend time with them and focus on that. Because, again, running the business and just making all the money in the world is not going to make you happier at the end of the day if you have nobody to spend that with. There's also studies that show that between zero and, let's just say, about $100,000 a year, your X number of happiness, right? Like you're content. From like 100,000 to about 300,000, your life is a little bit better. You're a little bit happier. But then after 300,000, you can't really get any more happier. Your life is as good as it's gonna get. And again, those numbers really help to just solidify, the amount of money that you really want to focus on getting and focusing your business on. So again, the to summarize everything, it's really about having this balance of work, life, and business, and just this group of people that surrounds you, that fills your heart with love, and you're able to really enjoy life. Because again, if you just have all the money in the world and there's nobody to spend it with, it really doesn't matter. So hopefully that helps you with your journey. If you have any questions or if you feel like I missed something, please comment on those below. Stay tuned for our next segment where I'll be reviewing a bicycle product. Thank you.
Bikes is the way I roll. Bikes is the way I roll.
Welcome back to the Live for Bikes podcast. Today on the bicycle products, we're going to talk about helmets. So there's tons of videos out there about helmets already. So the topic I'm going to talk about is having a helmet versus not having a helmet. And the short answer is you should always wear a helmet. No matter what kind of bike you're riding, no matter where you're going to go, no matter how far you think you're riding or how slow or fast, having a helmet is a lifesaver. There's been situations where I would just go into the store where somebody opened a door on me and I hit his door and went flying over the handlebars. When mountain biking, I've fallen numerous times, and luckily I was wearing a helmet. This one time I fell into a bush, and luckily I was wearing glasses. Otherwise, I would have poked my eye out. And the laws state that you only have to be 18 and under to have to wear a helmet. But there's a law of physics that you can never break, and that is a long-winded way to say that you should always wear a helmet. There's a lot of people, right now riding on their e-bikes that I see that are not wearing helmets, and those bikes are quite fast. And taking a spill at 20 miles an hour could be very, very, serious. So wearing any kind of helmet is going to be the best thing to do. There's a lot of people that don't like them because they look kind of funny. And they do, I don't think any helmets look great on people, but it's really not a matter of fashion. It's really a matter of safety and, being able to go to work the next day and just be safe. Real quick, different styles of helmets are like mountain bike style. They usually have a little bill in the front to cut the sun off. This is more of a bucket helmet or commuter helmet. This is a little bit cool, stylish one. This is by Avis. This is great for all kinds of riding. The road bike helmets are going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more hollow, a little bit more aerodynamic. And the full face helmets are good for like mountain biking, full, downhill kind of stuff where, you're going to be more likely falling and just being way more protected to protect the front of your face. So, again, long story short is you should always wear a helmet when riding a bicycle, no matter what you're doing, no matter what, because you just never know what's going to happen. And you may not think it's, the best idea or the cool thing to do, but helmets have definitely saved my life and have helped me not get seriously hurt. So, long story short, always wear a helmet no matter what.
Bikes is the way I roll. Bikes is the way I roll.
Welcome back to the podcast. On today's frequently asked questions, we got Liz69 on our Instagram asking, how do you determine a good location for your business? That's a really good question to ask. That's one of the most important things that one could ask as you're opening up a business. The biggest thing that I think it's going to be price on the rents. So there's a cost on high traffic areas, and you have to really do the math on how much traffic you're expected to get just by being in a good location versus the rents. So most people don't realize that, like a warehouse space that's hidden is going to be way cheaper than a spot at a mall where there's high traffic areas. But if your business that you're trying to run is maybe like a bounce house, chair, party supply business, you may not necessarily need to be in a high traffic area because most of your business is going to be ran online, or your advertising is going to be done online, and all your supplies are going to be held in a spot where you don't need to have a public front storefront. So to determine where you need to put your business, again, it's going to come down to how much square footage is the per that's going to cost at a storefront versus how much income you expect to earn. So, for example, we are in the city of Bellflower. That's a little bit more inland. Our rent here is roughly around $1 per square foot. We have a 3,500 square foot store, and it's a pretty big. It's about medium to medium large size store for a bicycle shop compared to other stores around the area. And I have a friend who has a shop that's a little bit closer to the beach, where he's paying closer to about $2 to $2.50 per square foot. So he pays about $1,000 more for rent, and he only has maybe a third of the space. So his traffic area, because it's near the beach, it's a little higher than ours, but he's paying probably double the rent. So at the end of the day, you really have to it really comes down to, again, the economics and then, the math of how much money you're going to be making versus how much rent you're going to be paying. Obviously, the best place to put your store is where there's high traffic areas and is, very visible. But the thing that really comes down to making a smart decision is figuring out that cost, whether it's going to be worth to pay $2.50 per square foot, or maybe just pay $1 per square foot, where your business, it may not be in the best ideal location, but you might be more profitable than somebody that's paying higher rent. So hopefully that helps with that question. I think it was a great one. Thanks for asking us, Liz69. And if you have a question that you want to submit, please send that over to our social medias, emails, wherever you can, or comment below, and we'll try to get to you on the next video. Thanks so much for your support. We'll see you on the next one.
Live for bikes is the way I roll. Live for bikes is the way I roll.